But then I had the whole idea for the story, which I've summarized for you. I've started the first of it in this book and then summarized it, and then it ends with a poem in which this knife
figures out.
And this knife, I know the instructions were not to buy you anything, but I went to Argentina.
Right, it's a Kelby knife?
I'll show you later.
Ooh, now we all want to see.
Yeah. So, anyhow, this is your Deathday book.
Oh, sweet. My own little Tibetan book for dead.
Yeah, I think it has the dragon-y things on it. And this is the start of the story. But in order to explain how the knife comes into it, I have to sort of say the premise of the story was going through your last day, which is a very normal work day in Montreal. And on that day, you wake up dreaming of sand, but this dream recedes as you go about your routine, making your coffee, doing your usual language exercises, etc. As you walk to work, you pass the usual buildings and you see familiar people, and occasionally you nod and you say howdy. Howdy. Or at least you think you say howdy. But every time you open your mouth to speak on this particular day, a line of poetry in another language comes out of your mouth. First it's Gaelic, then it's Breton, then Chinese.
It's like every day.
So, for example, you stop at a store along the way to pick up a lottery ticket, and you say to the clerk, "1 Lotto Max, please," or so you intend. But what you hear is your own voice say in Gaelic something like, "I remember how the sun broke over the dunes that morning of, blah blah blah, whatever." Yeah. The people you interact with don't seem to hear this dissonance, however, and proceed as if all is normal. It's only you who hear yourself speaking poetry in different languages every time you open your mouth. And
Lucky them.
Yeah. And you can't indeed. And you can't open your mouth without this happening. So there will be 4 or 5 incidents through the day where you go to work and so on, talk to people where this happens. At the end of the day, you come home, you lie in your bed, and you're reminded of how your day began with dreams of sand. And you have a sudden, sort of transcendent moment. All of a sudden, all of the languages you know and have been studying, all the words and fragments of poetry, all the words you don't yet know but want to, converge in your brain in one big bang, and you literally blow your own mind.
Sweet!
That's so sweet. So, and of course when you blow your own mind, it's with a final poem. So, and here's the poem, translated by someone somewhere. So, this poem is a knife. This knife is sharp as the sun across sea on the day you were born. This sun cuts like your tooth-through tongue when you reach for your mother and tumble downstairs. This tooth tears like the sand-scraped wind that pressed you to your lover on a beach washed by stars. This wind moans like a train round the curve that bore you away. This train flashes like the silver of your sleeve in the pulse of the stove. This silver slices like your skates on the canal as you pulled the red scarf from your neck. This skate glides like your shadow through the city as your dreams mapped invisible streets. This shadow lengthens like the garden behind the temple where the minister met his beloved for tea. And this garden riots like the shadow at night, like the skate turned dull, like the silver coin tossed, like the train at a border, like the wind in March, like the tooth come loose, like the sun beneath the moon. This garden riots like words left unsaid when he brought them back to us. But if you spare, we who love you, one last word, your one whisper like a final kiss, your one kiss like a quick sharp blade, this night will be a poem.
Wow, that's beautiful, Lynn.